Our latest ABC News Washington Post poll shows the health care reform debate is taking a toll on the president's job approval rating. Now standing at 57%, that's down from 69% just 4 months ago. And the poll shows an 11-point erosion over the same period in support for the president's handling of his top priority, health care reform. Kate Snow digs into the numbers tonight. Kate, good evening.
Good evening, David. The president's spokesman said today that they are not at all worried about these new poll numbers. He said healthcare reform is messy, and he pointed out that the president's overall approval rating remains fairly healthy. But these new numbers do clearly show the challenges ahead.
How dare you!
I want to know if it's coming out of my paycheck.
It's been a noisy summer.
Washington, let me tell you something. We are sick of being ridiculed.
And the airwaves won't cool down as the president heads for vacation.
While President Obama vacations, concerns mount about his health care plan.
Today's ABC News poll finds that fewer than half of Americans now support the proposed health care reforms. 50% are opposed. The intensity of their views matters too. Only about a quarter of supporters feel strongly about that support, but 40% of opponents are strongly opposed.
What we've had this summer is a spirited debate in which people have really focused down on what's being set forth here and coming to the conclusion that it may do more harm than good.
The weakest link for the president? Seniors. The AARP has lost 60,000 members after voicing support for the president's reform plans. Just 34% of seniors in our poll support the proposed reforms.
I'm afraid that when we got into it, they would control who you see and what specialists you went to.
67-year-old Rembrandt Wright is a senior and political independent, another group that's losing faith in the president. The drop in Obama's approval rating for handling health care is led by a 17-point slide among independents.
One of the options we want to provide them is a public option.
But another troubling sign for the president, support for a public option within health care reform has fallen too.
It's not all bad news for the president. We didn't find an overwhelming majority against health care reform. Instead, if you look at the glass half full point of view, the country is basically split. About half of Americans still favor reform, and about half still favor a public option. David.
All right, Kate Snow.